Hello, this is That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
We'll Purell that later. Welcome. We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. Andy's sick.
This week's episode brought to you by tea.
Let
me try that again. Brought to you by tea.
It's the same tea you were drinking this time last week.
Was it?
Yes.
Rewind.
When you made a big stink about your Sam Jackson mug.
If you say so.
But yeah, Andy's sick. I'm not.
We've been really good at not touching each other for the last 4 days.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's one of the rules in this house, in addition to the rules we have here in the bubble. I got to him first.
Listen, I'm really lightheaded, so I'm not going to be quick with the
You're
jokes.
lightheaded?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we'll get through this one lickety-split. But the rules first. 3 rules for the sake of civility here in the bubble. And there's no judgment, nothing personal. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick to me and my sinuses.
What do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about?
You had a bunch of stuff that you kept saying, this needs to be an episode.
Oh, yeah. Right before we hit record, we were talking about, the boy getting in trouble at school.
That's not what we're talking about.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
You wanted
I was thinking we'd talk about sickness, but
you want to talk about sickness?
Have we done an episode on sick?
Well, we did that whole episode where we both had COVID.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've been there already.
But we haven't talked about, if you want to talk about it, I want to talk about it. We haven't actually talked about my sickness.
We've talked a lot about your sickness.
No, we really haven't, though. Okay?
Which sickness?
The problem that I have where my immune system wants to eat the rest of my body.
Oh, it's going to be a JJ episode.
You want a knot?
A knot?
You want to not? I keep asking you what you want to talk about, and you won't answer me.
That was just a Family Guy reference. Relax.
Oh, God. Why would I ever know that?
You've seen enough Family Guy.
No, I haven't.
Oh, no. All the more reason to watch it.
God. My IQ has stayed right where it's supposed to be.
Wait, well, hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, here's some civil disagreement right here, okay? You think, The Simpsons is harmless, but Family Guy will rot your brain?
Well, it was a joke, but no, I just don't think Family Guy is funny.
Why?
It's the same joke over and over again.
It's not the same joke.
It is the same joke
Nick,
over and over again.
Where's Nick?
It's not funny.
How is it not? You've chuckled at some things.
Yeah. And out of how many thousands of episodes that they've put out over the years?
We haven't watched it that much.
But they've put out thousands of episodes at this point.
Lots of shows put out. No, nobody's put out thousands of episodes. They've put out
Days of Our Lives probably have.
Hundreds
of episodes. And I would say maybe like 2% of it.
I can count on one hand the amount of shows I know that have 1,000 episodes.
I can count on one hand how many times Family Guy makes me laugh.
I call BS on
I don't think it's funny.
I really call
I
BS.
don't think Seth MacFarlane is a genius. Sorry.
Well, nobody's
saying
And
sorry out there, but I don't.
That was a huge spike.
Like, I don't think Family Guy is very funny.
I think we found our topic.
I don't think The Orville was funny. I don't think it was entertaining. I didn't think Ted was funny.
Well, we're not talking about The Orville or Ted. We're talking about Family Guy.
If you're talking about Family Guy specifically, I think that it has played its course.
I don't love everything that Matt Groening has done, but then again, I don't really know off the top of my head what he's done other than The Simpsons.
I didn't say that I like everything that he's done either. I prefer The Simpsons to Futurama, I can tell you that.
Well, you're comparing apples and oranges now.
I also don't think American Dad is funny either.
We're not talking about American Dad. Why are you jumping everywhere?
So
this is like the most unorthodox conversation.
Let me ask you, why is Family Guy funny?
Because I think the jokes are, laughable.
All 5 of them that they do over and over again?
Oh my God. Just because you make it sound like no other show has ever repeated jokes or had running gags. That's what a running gag is.
But let's talk about the running gags, right?
This is a great sick
Let's see. Quagmire is a date rapist. Meg is ugly. That guy is a pedophile. What else do you got? Stewie and Brian, right? It was funny to me when it was about Stewie just trying to kill Lois.
Mm-hmm.
Because he came out of her and stuff and everything. But I don't know.
Okay, guess what?
What?
They gave up on that after the 100th episode.
Exactly, and that's when it stopped being funny.
You literally just complained that they repeat the same jokes over and over again. And then when I tell you that after so many episodes they gave up on it, you say then it's when it stopped being funny?
Was that when they
That doesn't make any
when
sense.
they decided Stewie was gay?
No.
No, that came later.
That came later.
Okay.
And that was a whole nother avenue they explored.
So tell me what is appealing about it to you. Like, I could tell you why something is appealing to me. So what
there's
about
humor
it is
in the
you?
jokes, in the plot lines for the episodes and how they expand and resolve and you know, it's funny. There are certain things like you've heard me quote episodes dozens and dozens of times the same way you quote The Simpsons or you quote anything else that you like.
Normally when you quote something that I don't know, I presume it's Family Guy.
Do you have this really smug look on your face like, fuck
That's
you?
just my face.
Oh,
That's just it, though. Is I don't give a rat's ass that
God,
everyone...
I wish I was better prepared for this.
I don't give a rat's ass that everyone else finds it funny.
I'm going to get you that t-shirt.
What t-shirt?
I don't give, and that's a silhouette of a rat and a donkey.
But, like, that's just it, is that I don't care that other people find it funny.
I mean, I
simply do not.
I have never, like, intentionally tried to subject you to Family Guy for the sake of being like, you will watch this and you will like this because I think it's funny and I want you to love it too. No, I've put on Family Guy because I want to watch Family Guy.
Yeah.
Because I think it's funny.
Right.
And if it's my turn, I put it on. I mean, in the 4 years we've been together, how many times have I put on Family Guy?
I know that you love this argument. You bring it up.
That's
you
not
brought
true
it
at all.
up
That's not true at all.
several
No, it's
times
not.
that
No, it's
you know
not. No way.
that you don't particularly have reign over the TV and
How
everything.
many times in the 4 years have I put on Family Guy? How many times, realistically? Less than 20? Less than 20?
Yeah, maybe a dozen.
A dozen times.
Yeah.
In 4 years.
Yes.
What's
But-
365 times 4?
Is this a quiz? Is this what we're doing now?
this is a math-
Let's see how bad your wife is at math.
Wow, you are really on tonight.
Like, I let me ask you this. Why the defensiveness if it's just a TV show? Why the defensiveness? Do you think I'm calling you stupid? You didn't make the
It feels
thing.
like that a little
Why?
bit. It feels a little that way.
So don't you think that maybe you're self-conscious about the fact that you enjoy it as much as you do?
No, I just don't like it when people shit on things that I like. I mean, that's been a reoccurring theme of mine since childhood.
But it's not a personal attack on you, and you know that because I'm your wife.
It doesn't matter. You speak ill of something that I enjoy.
But you have spoken ill of things that I've enjoyed.
That's
and
not
it's not
true.
like I think that you think that I'm
There's
crazy or
there's a
anything.
big difference between saying that you don't like something and saying that something is stupid. I've never said anything of yours is stupid.
Okay.
There's a difference. Think about it. You can say that you don't like something and that's all well and good. But if you say you think something is stupid, that's a downright insult.
No, it's an opinion. It's prefaced with the I think, hence proving that it is in fact merely an opinion. Now, if I were to look you in the face and say, I think people who like this are stupid,
okay, now you're just
that's
nitpicking.
different.
Now you're nitpicking.
But if I think something is dumb or stupid or unfunny or boring, like, it doesn't mean that I think anything less of the people who enjoy
But you
those
also
things.
know that not everybody treats it that way. Like, there are certain people who will associate the intellect of someone with something that they like and go the further step to say, well, you're stupid for liking that.
So am I being generalized now because other people are assholes?
Did I say that?
No, but that's why I asked a question.
But I did say to you, but you know there are people who will do that.
Yes, I know there are people
I didn't
who
lump
will
you
do that.
in.
I'm asking you. I'm your wife.
I didn't lump you in.
I'm your wife.
I literally just said.
Oh my God, let me finish.
I let you finish.
I'm your wife. You're my husband. Do you think that I, your wife, am calling you stupid because I don't think Family Guy is funny? Is that what you're saying right now?
If those of you on audio could see her now.
I don't understand.
Do you need a break? We'll be right back.
Ah! Oh my God. All right. We're back. We're back. Calmer heads will prevail.
We'll see about that.
From here going forward. Are there other things? Now, I know that you have told me many tales of how you have throughout your life, both as a kid and as an adult, been essentially ridiculed for the things that you enjoy.
Yeah, it's happening right now.
Why do I bother?
Because you really like having a podcast. That's why. I'm sick. Don't be a dick.
All right, but don't you be a dick.
I'm not being a dick.
Remember the whole
having a civil conversation.
Nothing personal and no judgment. I'm not judging you.
I know that.
I'm not even judging your tastes. I am saying that
That's a stretch.
No, it's not. I'm saying that I personally do not find one person's creations entertaining. Now, the future is out there,
so
and there is always the possibility that something will pop up that it turns out I find it funny.
So there's nothing Family Guy's done that has tickled your fancy at all.
I'm sure there has been.
Nothing you can think off the top of your head?
No. The only thing that I even
I'm not saying any of the other
off
shows.
the top of my head when it comes to Family Guy, the only thing I can even remember, like pinpoint a moment in Family Guy that I have always remembered is I think they make that like post-apocalyptic trek to the Twinkie factory or something.
I don't know if I remember that one.
Yeah, I think it was the Twinkie factory. And Stewie pulls a Bill Paxton and he's just like, game over, man, game over. That is the only thing. That's the only moment that I can ever remember.
Is that an Independence Day reference?
No, it's an Aliens reference.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen Aliens.
Have you seen Alien?
No.
I mean, it is what it is. That's another one that I don't particularly like.
I was playing Aliens at the arcade last week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you don't understand
Actually,
it?
that's not true. I was standing there watching the boy play aliens and shoot aliens. I think I have a video somewhere. Anyway. Yeah. He was having a good time.
Okay. But I understand that back to the actual point, I understand that you have been ridiculed. Do you leave any space, though, to believe that maybe someone is not making fun of you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why?
Because people have been really harsh.
But what about me?
You've never gone out of your way to insult me.
Because I wouldn't.
But a lot of people have.
But because I have not, and you know that I have not and would not, because you are, in fact, very near and dear to me.
Just call it PTSD. Just call it for what it is.
But doesn't it allow any space at all for you to believe that you are not constantly under attack and therefore don't need to be defensive all the time?
It's something that's been ingrained in me. I don't really, after 30 something years of defending myself, I don't really know how to, treat it any differently.
Well, that's rough for me. That kind of stinks for me.
How is that rough for you?
Because then I have to walk on eggshells.
Nobody ever said you did.
But if I am ever to demonstrate to you truly...
I'm getting the weirdest sense of deja vu
If I'm ever to demonstrate to you truly that I am, in fact, not ridiculing you...
I know you're not ridiculing. I know you're not ridiculing me.
But that's just it. I, as a sample, right? As a sample size, doesn't that say that maybe not everybody is?
Yeah, I know.
And you don't necessarily need to project that defensiveness.
I know that not everybody is, but it comes out in their tone and in their inflections.
But that's also possible inference on your part. Like, you think I'm being an asshole a lot sometimes. Because
let's unpack that.
I have this face and I have this voice.
You think I'm being an asshole a lot sometimes.
Yes.
Well, which is it?
It's all of it. All of it, baby. Yes.
Not as much in the last couple of years, more so in the first year and a half, 2 years.
Possibly not because I have changed in any way, but because you understand me more.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
The possibility exists that that's actually it.
Yeah, no, I just keep telling myself that's just her face.
Yeah. And I've had to tell a lot of people it's just my face. Because it is in
Because
fact
it really
just my
used to
face.
bug me, and then I'm just like, it's just my wife.
I mean, that's just it.
Like,
Is that, you know,
I did
if
promise good, bad, or indifferent.
probably, if anyone were to ask us, I have a feeling that if anyone were to ask us, how would you describe that person in one word? I feel like we would both say, I feel like you would say condescending and I would say angry.
I mean, I get the same thing because gravity has always got my face hanging downward. Like, you know.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, it hurts to go for no reason.
Smiling makes my face ache.
I don't know. It's I've never taken I cannot think that I've ever taken a personal affront from someone saying that they don't like something, even if it's my favorite thing in the world.
I started wondering recently, like, after I leave an interaction with one of my customers, like, generally a positive one, and it's like, did I smile as I said goodbye? Like, was I smiling, or was I just kind of like the whole time we were talking, even though we were talking about like things, you know, positive things.
Yeah.
You know, it's a thought in the back of my head, and I'm just like, I really probably shouldn't leave these conversations, you know, looking so miserable, especially if they went very well.
But you have to go back to work, so why not look miserable?
Yeah.
Right? See, look at that face right there.
Listen, this is my happy time of year, okay? I have far less to complain about. See, while everybody else, I see that's why I'm Anomaly Andy. While everybody else is complaining about the weather and the volume and the, you know, frustrated, impatient people, I am just in my fucking happy place because it's 40 degrees out. Yeah. So I'm not sweating as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't mind, like I've learned to appreciate Mondays because Mondays, the generally like heavier days, are keeping me out there longer.
Well, let me ask you this. So you like the cold weather? I'll wait.
What? I'm just getting some tea.
There's nothing in that cup anymore.
It's coming out.
Why did you just suck on the tea bag?
Ew.
Right?
All right, fine.
X-rated.
Ooh, there was some in there.
So you like the cold weather?
Yeah.
Does anyone ever call you crazy for that?
All the time.
Right?
Especially when I used to ride the motorcycle into work, because at 7:55 in the morning, it's like 30 degrees out.
But do you get up in arms about it?
No, not at all.
Because it's just a thing,
because
right?
I just don't care. That's not something that I'm you know, adamantly interested in. Like, it's not.
Then how is this your happy time if it's not something that's inside your heart?
Because it's not like an interest of mine. It's not, you know, you can't equate it to Family Guy or my favorite band or my favorite movie or, you know, anything like that.
But I still don't understand. Again, because I cannot tell you that I've ever been like, if someone calls something, like, I've never had the instinctive response of.
So when are you insulted?
When am I insulted?
Yeah, if somebody criticizes something you like at what point are you just like, all right, that's enough?
They're not criticizing me for liking it.
How do you know?
If they are, who cares?
Well, you got a thicker skin than I do.
Yeah, I have a very thick skin because I choose to be bulletproof. It's a choice. No. That's just it. But like, if someone you don't
think that makes you a little cold?
I've been told I'm very cold.
And you're fine with that?
If it means not getting into fights or taking things personally all the time, if that's what people think is cold, then oh well.
That doesn't sound very, very good to me.
Why?
Because I don't want to be perceived that way.
But who cares how people...
I care.
Why?
Because I don't want to be like that. I don't want to sink to anyone's level.
So then why change yourself just to please them?
I'm not changing anything. That's the point.
But that's just it.
That's the point.
So if the problem is that people think
we've
you are cold, meaning me. If somebody thinks that you're cold, right? And you don't want them to think that about you, then you have to alter your behavior so that they don't think it.
Nobody says you have to alter anything.
So the only option...
Okay, interrupt me. I wasn't finished.
So finish.
You know, you telling me that you don't like being interrupted. We've talked about this in previous episodes. I've removed myself from these people. I've removed myself from friendships and interactions and all sorts of things where if I don't like the way I'm being treated, I don't have to continue to subject myself to that. So I don't have to be cold. I don't have to sink to anyone's level. I don't have to reciprocate whatever they're doing to me or saying to me.
Right.
And I'm much better off for it.
And I think that is laudable. I've done the same.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just saying that if somebody thinks something about me, like, unless it's someone who is important to me, and I mean like deeply important to me, like you, if somebody thinks something about me, it's not even my prerogative to correct them half the time, because who gives a shit? Like to me, it does not matter. I've worked with how many people over the last several years who think that, you know, I'm a snob, or I'm too rigid, or I'm no fun, or I'm boring and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, I don't care. I don't care what these people think about me, because at the end of the day, their opinions don't affect my life.
It kind of does, though.
Why?
Because it alters how you interact with everybody else.
No, it doesn't.
It's altering it now.
No, I'm merely explaining something. I'm not altering my interaction whatsoever.
Yeah, but if I were to act towards you the same way any of these other people did, then you'd feel the same way about me that you do them.
No. If you, as my husband, started to believe these things about me and expressed that, I would start to ask you questions. For example, why? Like, that's just it. You've brought to my attention several times over the last 4 years, you know, you act this way. You always seem this way. You sound like this.
Well, now you're getting personal.
You started it.
I didn't start anything.
I'ma end it.
I didn't start anything.
You have brought these things to my attention, and you, as my husband, since your opinion actually matters to me, I have delved into it. I have asked why you feel this way, why you think these things and everything. And then I have gone introspective and said, okay, what can I do so that my true feelings come out and there's no misreads and stuff like that. Those are the things that I get introspective about. I cannot think of anything that someone has said to me where they're just like, ugh, I can't believe, you know, I don't know why you like that. And it's like, okay. Like, half the time it's not worth my time or energy or breath to explain why I like something, because I don't believe that most people will understand.
But you go out of your way to tell me that Family Guy's not funny. I don't go out of my way.
My husband.
I don't. Oh, see, now you're smiling about it. See, I don't go out of my way to criticize anything that you like, because I don't want it done to me. What have I criticized of yours?
You have.
Yes, that was the dog.
Was it? Is she down here?
Well, who else huffed and
puffed? Well, I don't know.
There?
It sounded like something scratched the door. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, you have not, I don't know if criticized is the right word.
Okay.
But you have poked at my interest in things like true crime, and don't do that. Don't make a face. Don't make a face like you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You have lumped me in with other people who have been obsessed with it. And I'm like, I'm not obsessed with it. And I've explained to you why I find it interesting.
Okay, let me take you down a few pegs.
Okay, go
because
for it.
One, I never lumped you in with anybody. Okay. Just because you share a common interest with my exes doesn't mean you're lumped in with them, thank God. I just don't like a lot of the serial killer series.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't put them on around you and make you watch them.
But I also don't go around saying that they're not funny. Or they're
they're not funny.
Why are you watching?
They're not supposed to be funny.
I don't go around saying that they're not interesting or not informative or not accurate. I just say I don't want to watch that kind of stuff because it's depressing.
Because it's depressing. I don't want to watch Family Guy because
Family
it's
Guy's
not
not
funny.
depressing.
It's not funny to me.
To you.
Just like those things are depressing to you. See, it's two sides of the same coin.
No, it's not.
It's literally
No, it's
the
not.
same opinion about different things.
No, because as I said in the beginning, there is a difference between saying something is not a particular thing and saying that you think something is another thing. So, again, my saying that true crime, or not true crime, but serial killer series are depressing is not the same as me saying that I think they're stupid.
Okay.
Not the same at all.
Okay.
I think most people would agree on that.
So I can take a vow right here and now and say that I will never call Family Guy stupid ever again.
Listen, I'm not.
It won't make it funny to me.
I'm not picking Family Guy as my hill to die on.
I hope not.
Like,
There are better hills.
I think I'm gonna watch it as soon as we're done.
It's fine.
'Cause
I'll
I
go
need
watch something else.
All right, fine. And then we'll go to separate rooms, and pretty soon we'll be in separate beds, and we'll be just like we'll be just like the couple from A Christmas Story. You'll reach for your copy of Look magazine and see an insert with Jeffrey Dahmer's face on it, and then the boy will get the serial killer survival guide for Christmas.
Perfect.
The BB gun mania.
Oh God.
Listen, look, I only say that because, like, it's. I think everybody can agree that, like, when you take someone like Evan Peters and you make him play Jeffrey Dahmer, like, that's walking a fine line.
What is that fine line?
That fine line is you take a very a widely regarded attractive actor and put him in the role of a deplorable human being.
You and I have talked about this at length.
Yeah.
And you know my standing on
Well,
this.
refresh my memory. Refresh the audience's memory.
I have developed a problem with, and I've brought it up for years.
Okay, so we probably concur on this.
I have brought it up for at least I'm going to say at least 7 or 8 years at this point, that there is a weird trend of casting deplorable human beings, of casting attractive
There you go.
actors in the roles of deplorable human beings.
Much better.
This really struck home when I was on an airplane and watched Zac Efron play Ted Bundy. And I was like, that's the dude from High School Musical who was like the Disney Channel heartthrob and stuff. And I'm like, and now he's playing Ted Bundy. And that's just it. I just watched Charlie Hunnam play Ed Gein.
I would have,
And I was just like, oh, this is weird.
I would have much rather seen Zac Efron play Al Bundy.
It would have been fun. One day, there's still time.
I have to confess here and now that throughout my entire childhood, I always confused the two.
Al Bundy and Ted Bundy?
Because when I was a kid, before I knew when I was like really little, before I knew what a serial killer was, like Married with Children was on TV at the time. So I'm hearing Al Bundy, but also in the news, I'm hearing Ted Bundy. I'm just hearing Bundy, and I'm not making the distinction.
Well, I mean, it makes you wonder. Neither one of them liked women very much. So it does make you wonder a little bit. But that's just it, is that, like this is sidebar though. I have had a problem with the idea of that for a long time.
Good.
It's one of those things that I feel like
it's causing psychological trauma to a lot of people.
I feel like we need to psychologically,
because it's making people
deep
empathize with serial killers.
People have empathized with them for
You're
years.
not supposed to empathize with serial killers.
But I don't watch these things.
I'm not saying you
with
do.
any intention of doing that. And I don't know that I know people who do.
Oh, I know plenty
I don't
who
know.
do.
Here's the thing, is that people watch these things for all different reasons. Okay. Some people watch it and they fetishize it. Some people watch it like me for a sort of like a study kind of a thing, an interest in it and everything. We had started this week talking about what I thought this episode was going to be about, which is, sort of like this idea of like, like believability and stuff, and like how do I say this? We started talking about how like, everything at this point, like, can spin out into sort of like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. And where does it sort of end, And
you're talking about that conversation we had in the car on Saturday afternoon after we left the
is that when we had it? Because I know we had one here also.
Well, because we were talking about being treated by different people, different, poorly.
Well, we also talked about it with regards to the government and regards
that
to
was last week.
But it's been an ongoing idea.
All right, so hit me with it.
But that's just it. Is that it gets to a point of like, where does it stop? Like eventually you have the choice of either believing something or disbelieving everything, because there has to be a point at which it stops.
So I don't know if I've ever told this on the podcast, but back in
it's not incriminating, is it?
No.
Okay.
Back in 2013, I think I have, but I was working with a guy who told me, question everything, because he was disproving, or at least to me, he was providing valid arguments for a lot of things that I had, been so focused and so set on, until he's just like, well, read this or look at this. And he's disproving a lot of things that I had been, it started making me question things. And I'm like, but are these conspiracy theories, or are they like, and then I got really frustrated because I'm just like, well, what am I supposed to believe? Like,
exactly.
Cause then I started thinking about the possibilities for an argument in everything, in every facet of life. And it's like, this is really annoying.
But you hate that I do that.
What?
You hate that I will look at all sides of it and bring all of those.
No, I don't, because I still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just it, is that eventually,
the
only way to stop spinning is to put faith in something.
Look at this from a realistic perspective. Like, every time you watch a courtroom scene in a TV show or a movie, you look at the defendant and you think to yourself, God, it's got to be really shitty to be that guy's lawyer, because it's that guy's lawyer's job to fight for that guy's acquittal or innocence or whatever, despite what he feels about him.
Yeah.
Now, that happens in real life every single day. It's just like, if it doesn't matter what that person believes, it doesn't matter whether the person was guilty or innocent. It is that defense attorney's job to defend that person.
Yes.
But again, an argument could be made no matter what the circumstance, no matter what the facts are. An argument can always be made.
But in that specific instance, for example, it's not that you're looking at the defense lawyer and thinking, well, he obviously believes his client's innocence. That's not the point. The point is not that he believes that person's innocence. It's that he is using the law to prove that not even to prove, to impart reasonable doubt of their guilt. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with belief.
He's not imparting reasonable doubt of their guilt. He's trying to poke holes in the prosecution.
No, because the whole point is that you are to be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So if there is reasonable doubt, you cannot, you
can't
should
prosecute.
not. No, you should not convict.
Yeah.
That's just it. But that doesn't mean that just because a defense attorney is defending a mass murderer, it doesn't mean that that person necessarily believes that they're innocent.
We went off on a giant
tangent.
Yeah.
My point was that,
I think I know what your point was.
What do you think my point was?
I think your point was the fact that just because you don't like something doesn't mean you think that people who do like it are stupid.
Wouldn't you agree?
You sure?
No, wouldn't you agree? Or do you think that people who enjoy things that you think are dumb, do you think those people are dumb?
No.
Exactly. So what's the problem?
There ain't no moral.
See, but that's just it, is I don't understand because no one can explain it to me. And this is like it's I feel like I'm in small wonder right now. Like I cannot process
all right,
why someone gets defensive.
Let's give it a real world application.
Sure.
Okay.
Gimme.
Especially in today's day and age,
Okay.
where everyone is politically divided. I'm sorry I have to bring politics into it, but everybody that likes Donald Trump, people who don't think that people who like him are stupid, and everybody who likes Joe Biden, everybody who doesn't like him thinks they're stupid. And same with Kamala Harris and all the other big names that you hear about every day. But that is a reoccurring theme in our society that we don't have to deal with, but it's there. And it's just like, I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous episode, but I said, I was on a post of my brother's at one point, and people, I guess, that he grew up with were speaking badly about him. And though I didn't agree with what he was saying, I was like, guys, keep it civil. Like, don't talk about him like that. Meaning my brother. It's just like, because again, I don't agree with everything that he says, and he knows that I don't, and he doesn't agree with everything I say, and that's perfectly fine. We're still brothers. But at the same time, it's just like, why do people have to get nasty? Why? It's totally unnecessary. It's totally uncalled for.
But this is a prime example. This is probably the prime example of today, which again is one of those things. It's just water off a duck's back to me. But the fact of the matter is that, people, they infer a lot about you based on small facts. When they decide, if you voted for someone, you support certain ideologies.
Well, it goes back to the whole, the discussion about consumption and fear, which is, everybody seems to think that everybody likes to build up in their heads that certain people are going to do certain things based on their track records, or because somebody else told them. It's just like, Trump did this or said this, and that really means he's going to be doing this, that.
Yeah.
Like all the nonsense about Project 2025. Like everyone said, like, oh, we can't enact Project 2025. What the fuck is Project 2025? Like, what do you
2025 is over.
You really think it's going to,
But this is...
But on the flip side, same thing was said of like Biden and Harris. All the Republicans thought like, oh, because they said and did this, if they get in again, they're going to, take away even more of our rights and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, oh my God, like... Or especially with what's going on right now. We have no horse in the race when it comes to Mamdani, okay? Yeah. But everybody is worried about all these things that he could potentially do. And then, and this is why I've taken a nice long break from the daily news cycle. But I see all these people, or saw all these people saying, he's just a mayor. He can't do this, that, and the other thing. It's ridiculous. Like,
the mayor has no power.
Like, why are they even saying, like, he can't do anything at a federal level?
No. But here's the thing.
The fact that it's even going on is mind-boggling.
But I think the big point here, just to try and keep it relative, right? Oh God. To keep it relative, I think the big point that we're trying to make is that people, they take an inference and they project it. Mm-hmm. And in so doing, they insulate themselves and make themselves uber defensive about everything. And I don't understand that. I truly don't understand it. Do you?
Like, I have never been a diehard Trumper.
No, you're not.
I've just always been a Republican. But people have lumped me in with the MAGA movement, because if I voted for Trump, then that means I believe everything MAGA purports and all this other bullshit. And it's just like, that's just not the fuck. And then I have to keep reminding myself that just because my friends voted Democrat, that doesn't mean that their ideologies are in line with everything the Democrat Party purports. It's just like, and just because they don't like Donald Trump doesn't mean that they think I'm stupid, or maybe they do, but I'm not going to project that fear on them because I'd like to think I know people better, But to get back to this, the genesis of this topic, when somebody is blatantly telling me that they think something I like is stupid, I'm gonna get defensive, and I'm going to say what I think and feel, whether they like it or not.
Okay.
If someone's gonna make it obvious, that just makes it easier for me to be like, fuck you.
Is your intention to somehow prove them wrong?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Is
adolescence, sure, but now.
So in flying to the aggressive defense of the things that are dear to you, do you seek to change someone's mind?
No, I don't have to. It's not a matter of importance anymore, because at my age and at this point in my life, what's the point? What is the fucking point? There's literally no point. I have no desire whatsoever to turn anyone on to my interests other than maybe you.
And you have.
Success.
Listen, you read a book with me once.
What book was that?
You liked that White book by Bret Easton Ellis.
I did.
You did.
I did. Because he made a lot of sense.
Right?
You know?
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Like, do you seek now? Do you seek to be defensive, or do you diffuse yourself in those situations?
Why would I put myself in a position of hostility? Because knowing me and knowing myself historically, I would get hostile because of how defensive I would get, and I don't want to feel that way.
Now, if you continue to do this, right, to diffuse your hostilities with regards to other people's opinions of the things that you enjoy, do you worry?
Told you she was down here.
She just came down here. Do you worry at all that people will eventually think you're cold?
I think that a fair amount of people already think that I'm cold to a degree.
And does it bother you?
Not really.
And there you have me.
Listen, I was the first one to say that you and I have adopted each other's traits in the time that we've been together.
I've made you apathetic and you've made me mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone out there who knows us probably realizes
but
that.
we do pretty well for ourselves.
We do fine. We're very moderate and very temperate people, I think. We have our passions and we get loud about them when it's
Are they ill-tempered?
I just, I would welcome. See, this is just it, is that things that I don't understand because my mind doesn't work that way. I welcome people to try and, sort of introduce me to the reasons why, because my problem has always been that I get fixated on the why of certain things, which is kind of why I watch true crime, honestly.
Listen, if I really had wanted you to watch Family Guy, I'd find a way to make it enjoyable. Just like when I wanted you to start playing my games with me, I found a way to make it enjoyable.
Yes. And just to round off what I was trying to say before is that I welcome people, but the problem with that is I open myself up to plenty of people who have before and probably will again tell me that I am stupid for not understanding these things.
See, when you talk about people, these instances, people implying that you're stupid for one reason or another, it always leads me to think, who the fuck are you talking to?
Well, I don't talk to them anymore.
Like, who are you interacting with? Where is this taking place? Who are these people? Why have I not met them? Why have I not,
let me tell you, I could have a list if you want to start hitting people.
Well, no, because you don't, especially now that you're not, you don't have the same job anymore. It's just like who do you most of your interactions have to be online.
Most of them, yeah.
Like
in text or something like that.
Like, don't you miss in-person interaction?
I miss a couple of people that I'd like to see eventually.
Well, now's your chance to tell them.
Well, we haven't been able to schedule that time.
Did they listen to this?
Probably not.
Ouch.
I know, it really does.
They're a lot
suck.
colder than you are.
I know. But they have jobs.
I have a job.
I have a job.
Tell the people about the job you were just hired for.
I just got commissioned for, so far, 16 more skateboards
From the same person.
From the same person for three separate orders that are going to 3 different locations, 2 in the US, 1 in the UK. So
you're gonna need meth.
I'm not gonna need meth. I'm gonna need a lot. I'm gonna need to massage my hands a lot. I'm probably gonna need that
because you're just one person.
I am just one person.
One small
woman. But yeah, you know, I mean, I have always preached, and I don't preach a lot of things, but I have always tried to impart the idea and spread it around, because I really think that if people would take it to heart, I think it would help a lot of people.
There's a perfect example right there.
Oh my God.
I was piggybacking off of something you said.
Well, what? Go ahead.
Continue.
Tell everyone how right I am about something I haven't said yet. Listen, go ahead. Do it.
The one time it's acceptable to interrupt. That time that bitch on Etsy criticized your artwork.
That was really rude.
Like, this is something that you made that you thought was good, and they told you, you know.
It was an impression of my breasts. And she said, "This doesn't look like the picture. It looks like 2 onions." And I was like, "Bitch, those are my titties." Rude.
Why'd you get so defensive?
Because that was really rude. She could have simply said, which would have been much more congenial. She could have just said, "This doesn't look like it does in the picture. Could I get another one?"
I can't remember. This was post-surgery, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was this year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I was just like, it made me so upset, because it's like, you're not criticizing my artwork. You're literally criticizing my body. I put paint on my tits and go,
wait, hold on a second. She said 2 onions?
Yes.
And you didn't send her a replacement, right? Or did you?
Yes, I did.
Did you include an onion?
No, I did not.
Why?
That was really rude. And I don't abide rudeness.
I think it would have been hilarious if you had thrown like a yellow onion in there.
What I was going to say, though, was that the one thing that I really try to impart on people whose lives I want to touch in some way is that there is no reason to take everything so personally. It's just, it's like it is just the nemesis of peace of mind, because it's just like, why bother? Why waste your energy? Why waste so much? Like, if you are literally at 100% battery during your day, and it takes so much more energy to focus on someone being a tool.
What if people are right in their criticism, though?
Well, then that's on you. Like, if somebody criticizes you for something, right? Like, if they tell you have no talent, or you have no skill, or you have no intellect or anything like that, if you believe it, then that's on you. And if you believe it, it is your decision to either accept or change it.
See, now we're picking it apart, making an argument for everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if someone comes to me and they say, "I think you're fat," I would be like, "Okay, well, goodbye." Like, that's just rude, and I will probably give the finger and walk away. But it certainly won't stick with me for the rest of my life. No, not me.
I mean, you won't forget it.
I will eventually, because I don't dedicate space in my mind to that. That's why I have all of that Trivial Pursuit shit up here, because I push out all of the bad vibes. So I'm so spacey sometimes.
Stop bragging about your
I'm just
trivial superiority.
I don't brag. It's just a fact. I'm not bad.
It's a good thing I have a much faster trigger finger.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This was a weird one.
It sure was. She's been killing me at Jeopardy for clarification there.
This was a weird one. I feel like we covered something. I don't know if we covered it start to finish, but I feel like maybe we covered something.
Tax collectors and harlots. No.
Well, yeah, you got tax collectors and harlots on this Saturday.
Saturday, we're back at
Saturday, November 22nd.
Language. Yeah.
Yeah. With
hopefully I'll be the burlesque dancers and
what
2
is
other
it
bands.
called?
Let me.
Well, while you're doing that, the holiday season is upon us. So anyone interested in tattoo gift certificates in the Bethel, Connecticut area, hit up Coat of Arms Tattoo for a gift certificate for your favorite person. And check out Love Hard Art on Instagram and Etsy. And anyone looking for custom orders, please get those orders in immediately if you are looking to have them by Christmas. Find Coat of Arms Tattoo and Love Hard Art on Instagram. You can also find Tax Collectors and Harlots and us, DT Andy and JJ Star with 2 R's. You can find all of our videos streaming on YouTube. You can go to dtandyanjjstar.com and you can find this podcast on Podbean, as well as all other streaming platforms. You can go to ttppodcast.com to find all of the areas we are streaming in. You got something?
Okay, so in addition to us, we are playing with Baby Blues and Trouble Girl, and performing will be Miranda Darling, Scarlet Hex, and Bruce Neese.
Well, all right.
So if you like good beer and good burlesque. See, every time I think about burlesque, I think about the movie Gypsy, like the original one, which I saw like a long, long time ago, and definitely not age appropriate.
Yeah.
Although, it was pretty tame. Because it was one of those old-timey movies. Well, I mean, technically it was. I don't know. It's one of those things that, like, I was a fly on the wall when my parents were watching it.
Yeah. Just sort of creeping on it.
Let me entertain you. Let's do a metal version of that.
Okay. So, yeah. And that's wrap.
I'm going to go drink a bottle of NyQuil.
And hopefully he will not be sick for much longer.
Listen, I got to be careful because I fell asleep on my arm last night, and I woke up in a panic because all the feeling was gone, and I'm like immediately shot up, and I'm just like, shake it all back in there. So
anyway, hopefully everyone...
It was my fretting arm too.
Well, hopefully, you get better and we can all have a good weekend. And that's it. From the 3 of us here at That Talking Podcast, I'm JJ Star.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
And we'll talk to you later.